Good day, gay, and welcome to another episode of our podcast. I'm Russell Ray, along with my co-host, Paulie
Polly
V. What
B.
up, Paulie V? How are you doing? How has your week been? What are you doing for
Uh,
Halloween? Tell me all the above.
okay, so my week's been busy. I've had stuff on every day, and I feel like when you said let's start a podcast, we could have waited until I wasn't on the verge of sickness or hay fever season wasn't killing me or my voice wasn't dying. But at least today I've got a functioning microphone. My headphones are
Functioning
working,
Wi-Fi. It's
functioning
working.
Wi-Fi. I need to knock on wood or something to just make sure that it stays that way.
As you said that, it just froze.
Did it actually?
Just for a second, it was like, It's like little robot. It's fine. It's
Damn
fine.
you,
You're fine.
NBN network. um, yeah, no, my week's been good. Had a little Halloween party last night. My rugby team had a fundraiser.
Love.
Yes, I was a gay ghost last night. Which I guess we could even get into later today, gay ghosts, because
Yep.
ghosting.
Ghosting in the dating world. Oh, trash. Jesus.
Trash.
Okay. Speaking of dating, let's get right into it. Today's episode, we're going to be covering dating disasters. Swipe left to that because we don't have any time for ghosts in this
No.
lifetime. Okay, look, we're in our 30s. We're not dealing with this at this age. Maybe in our 20s, we would be like, oh, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. No, we're not giving you the benefit of the doubt. We don't
No.
like you. We don't want to talk
We're
to
over it.
you. There's nothing that you can possibly give us at this point besides multi-million dollars that would make us actually like you.
I would like a
So
ghost that gives me multi-million dollars.
I would love a ghost that gives me multi-million dollars because it's money. It's like a diabetic daddy instead of a sugar daddy. There ain't no sugar involved. It's just money.
If a ghost just left, $1 million on the bedside table and then was just like, bye. Don't even say bye. Just leave $1 million and go. Just ghost like you do and just leave $1 million. That's what you should do.
I think that should be Mariah Carey was onto something when she sued her ex-billionaire fiance for wasting her time. I think she got something crazy like $4 to $5 million from that settlement from her suing him about wasting her time.
Are
There's
you
something to be
serious?
said about that. Oh,
That's iconic.
absolutely.
She's iconic.
Yes. So for our viewers, make sure you're checking the person's income that you're dating or that you get engaged to, because if they break it off, you can sue them apparently in California for wasting your time. And that is the difference between dating in the United States versus Australia.
In saying that though, there was this guy that I was hanging out with. We probably hung out for maybe 2 or 3 dates. Now I'm a little bit cheeky. I'll talk shit, you know what I mean? But I never mean what I say, and I don't mean any bad intention or harm. And I remember one time I was talking about income or talking about money, and this person was going to become a doctor, and he really thought I was dating him for money. And I'm like, girl, no, you're cute, but it's not just for the money. So yeah,
Like,
not exactly all
money's
about the
cute,
money.
but you got to be cute too in some way, shape,
You
or
got to
form.
be cute too. The face
I,
card never declines.
you know what? And I know we're gonna get into this
I
in
know.
a couple weeks, but dating older, I mean significantly older. I look at some of these people who are 30 years old and they're dating people in their 60s, and I'm wondering what is going through their mind. Like, what can you possibly have in common with somebody who's 60 years old minus cash, number one, but number two, doesn't it get old after a while to hear somebody say, "Oh, I've done that. Oh, you're not gonna like that. I've already done that." Then it's like, then
Yeah,
stay home because I still want to
yeah,
do this.
yeah. Let me live my life.
Yes. So let's
Yes,
talk
we'll get
about the
into
differences
that.
between dating in Los Angeles, aka Los Angeles is fine. It's very anybody else in the world. There's only 3 cities in California, and it's San Diego, Los Angeles, and San Francisco. So we get
San
it. So we're just
Francisco.
gonna say Los Angeles. So, what is some of the differences that you noticed when you were here on your vacation, that you noticed in dating versus customaries in Australia?
I think everywhere in the world. And I remember someone told me this because I was in a point in my life where I was like, I want to get out of Australia. I want to travel the world. I want to meet guys. Maybe I'll meet my husband overseas. But everyone always said to me, like, dating is going to be the same everywhere you go. And honestly, they're right. But so I've got here, like, I reckon the main apps in Australia are Tinder, Grinder, Hinge, Scruff. Like, I don't know
That's
if
the same here.
you guys use Hinge as well.
Yeah.
Okay, because I know that the other one that like the US, Canada uses a lot is sorry, I'm just reading the comments. I need to um so I know that the other oh man.
Okay, well, we can't just like read the comments and not tell people.
Okay,
So
read the
basically,
comment.
Jamie Rogers said the 60-year-old is how you get the gay ghost inheritance, aka
The money on the
401k, one foot
counter.
in the grave.
Yeah. Okay, so back to the dating. It's pretty much the same everywhere. You know, Grindr's like, hey, how are you? Do you have a do you host? Blah blah blah. All of that. Even in Spain, like it's the same as like hola sitio, like question mark, like do you have a place? And it's all the same. But in saying that though, like because I know we're gonna be talking about like bad dates, but I think when you mentioned San Francisco before, one of
Mhm.
my best dates ever was actually in San Francisco, I would say.
Oh, interesting. Do tell.
Yeah, it was really cool. Like, and so I can't remember which museum it was. It's the museum that's like down, it's the museum that's down near the pier in San Francisco. I can't remember, but I think every Thursday they do 18 plus. You can go to the museum and you can drink wine and you can have alcohol. And it was really cool. So yeah, so I met this guy. Um, and we went to this like over 18s museum event, and that was really cool. Um, yeah, it was really cool. And then one day we were like, you know, why don't we? Oh, okay, I guess we're doing this live. I was like, I was like, you know, this would be fun if we were on gummies. Um,
Oh no. Okay.
um, but we didn't do the gummies that night. We then caught up the second time and did the gummies watching a RuPaul's Drag Race like viewing party, and that was fun as well. So, although dating is like shit everywhere you go, I had some really good experiences in San Francisco. So, yeah, yeah.
Okay, cute.
Mm.
But we're here talking about disasters.
We're talking
So,
about disasters.
have you had a disaster?
Okay, so I had to think through think through the many dates that I had. Um, so it's probably not like a disaster, but it was really weird. Um, I think this was around maybe just coming out of COVID time, and I was in a point in my dating life where I was like, okay, if I'm gonna meet someone, I need to start talking to people that I wouldn't normally talk to, or replying to people that I normally wouldn't reply to. Um, so at the time, my best friend was living with me, and I was talking to this guy online for like, I don't know, a while on and off now. And it got to the stage where we were going to catch up.
Mhm.
Um, and this guy was like, you know, I don't have a car and I also can't host. And I
Red
was like,
flag.
all right,
Red flag number 2.
that's what my best friend said. And so then I
Yes.
was like, okay, what if we just find a park near you and we can like just catch up in the park? So I'm getting ready, and my best friend's like sitting here on the couch, and she's like, where are you going? And I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go see this guy that like doesn't have a car and can't host in the park near his house. And she's like, oh, I don't know. This is weird, Paul. This is weird. Like, I can't do this. And she's like, can you please share your location with me? So ever since that day, my bestie has my location. She knows everywhere I go. She knows everything I do, if she wanted to.
Yes. Fair.
Yeah. Okay. So the first red.
There's only 2 people that have mine,
Yeah.
and one is a family member and one is not. The one of them, well, I guess one of them is extended family, so
Yeah.
we'll
Yeah.
get into
Yeah.
that later. But go ahead, go
Okay.
ahead, go
We'll
ahead.
get into that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, so first red flag was, you know, no car, can't host. We catch up in the park, and the first thing I noticed was, okay, this guy really curates his photos for social media,
Oh,
because
no.
the social media photos was like, this is what you're ordering online. Who I met in person was like
The
what came
Temu
in the mail.
version.
The Temu
Oh, the
version. Yeah.
Sheen version.
But I'm still in the stage in my dating life where I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna hang around. Let's just hang around.
Okay.
I hang around. The conversation's not really flowing. Like, there's not really a vibe. Yet I'm still like, you know what? I'm gonna hang around. Um, and then later on, he does go, "Do you want to go back to my place?" And I'm like, by this time, I'm just in for the ride. So I'm like, "Yeah, sure, let's go back to your place." We go back to his place, and the first thing I notice, this is the next red flag. The door to his apartment building has broken glass. Like someone's punched like the door to the apartment building. I think it was like community housing or like government housing or something that this person was living in. So I'm like,
Okay.
oh, okay, this is weird. Go into like his place, and all of his furniture is pushed up against the window. Like there's this floor to ceiling window, and all of his furniture is like barricaded against this window. And I'm like I think he noticed me looking at the window, and he was like, "Oh, I'm kind of scared that someone might smash my window in the middle of the night and like I don't know, like break in or something." And I'm like, "Okay, that's understandable, I guess." Um so we get to kissing and all of that kind of stuff, and then he starts saying, "I love you. You're my husband. I want to marry you. I want to be with you for the rest of my life." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's the final red flag. I'm done. I'm
Oh
done. I'm out of
no.
here." And
Oh
so,
no.
so I'm putting on my shoes, and that wasn't even the worst part. I'm putting on my shoes, and he says to me, "I'm really sorry that this experience has triggered a trauma within you that's made you feel like you want to leave." Not him trying to therapize me right
Stop.
now. Yeah,
Absolutely not.
yeah, exactly. So I was like, couldn't get out of there fast enough. Laters.
Oh my goodness. You know what's funny is that I have where did I go? Here I am.
Oh,
Hi. You know what's
hello.
funny is like actually I have a
Yeah.
very similar experience
Tell me, tell me, tell me.
um with that situation. So when I first started dating, right? So I was around like this is like 21. When I first started dating, I met someone. He's like, "Oh, the green bottle. Oh, I don't know. I don't have my water bottle today. Look, let me tell you, my
Don't
life is
worry,
in
Paul.
shambles today.
It's fine,
I
baby.
have been everywhere, just everywhere, but it's okay. We're making things. We powered through. We powered through for you,
We'll power
Jamie.
through.
We powered through for Jamie here in the chat, who is shook at the story that Paul just said, and who was also here for a gay 60-year-old gay ghost inheritance. Okay,
All
so
right, tell me your disaster.
I have two actually.
Tell
Okay,
me the disaster that relates to my story, then tell me your disaster.
okay. So the disaster that relates to your story. Someone tells me we meet on I think yeah, it was Tinder because I had never been on Grinder prior to a couple years ago. Um, we meet on Tinder. I swear.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
meet on that face was like so confused. Um, so we meet on Tinder. We're chatting. Um, and at that point, like I didn't care to verify on Instagram because the Instagram wasn't that big at that point. It was brand new,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah. You have to always
So
verify these days.
he's like, come through. I'm gonna take you to dinner. Everything's gonna be cool. We're gonna hang out. We'll meet towards my place in downtown. Cool, no problem. So I drive all the way to downtown. Meanwhile, I have barely any brakes. My tires are bald. It's raining. I was
And
broke.
everywhere in LA is like 1 hour away as well. So you're literally like
Yes,
driving an hour to get to this guy.
yes. And
Yes.
and and anybody knows the struggle in LA when you're trying to survive. Your tires are bald. Your rims are dented. You'll be lucky if you have a good paint job on your car. You got blacked out, but you got blacked out windows always. So, my car was like in decent shape. Anyways, so I drive out there. He's like, "Do you mind driving?" I said, "No, no problem." He's like, since you're pulling up, like, it's just the hassle trying to find parking around here, whatever. I was like, all right. So we go to dinner. It's great. We go to it's by the US Bank Tower in downtown. Cute little restaurant, whatever. And then he goes, "Okay, do you want to go hang out at my place?" And I'm like, "Sure." So we head back because mind you, we had been chatting already for a few weeks.
Yeah,
And
as it always
so there was some rapport there, right? I'm like some sort of trustworthy 21-year-old who whatever. So we get to his building and he says, um, he directs me where we're gonna park. So I'm like, all right. And I'm like, this is a little
Okay,
shady.
yep.
So I take everything out of my car. Like I got a backpack. I stuff my car
Everything.
insurance, my registration. I made sure that I had a shaver, like straight blade straight, because I used to cut my own hair.
Yeah, yeah,
And in my barber bag, I took my barber bag. I took the
yeah.
razor from my barber bag and I sliced my tags from my car so that no one can steal it. I like sliced them through so that like if you peel them off, it's almost like a Home Goods. I don't know if you guys have that, but like a Home Goods Ross sticker
Mm,
where like you peel it off and it's like in multiple different pieces, so that if
okay,
someone
yeah.
tried to steal my tags, it'd be fine. So he goes, okay, I'm gonna run up really quick, um, just so I could put my dog away or some dumb excuse.
Mm.
And so I'm like, all right, cool. And he's like, and then I'll text you to come up. All right, all right. So I'm like, doo-doo-doo. He texts me. He's like, all right, you're cool to come up. I come up. The
Oh,
apartment is empty. There is a
a bed on the
makeshift
floor.
television entertainment center that's in the
Okay,
middle of the room.
okay.
I'm like, do you mind if I use the restroom? He's like, no, it's good. Like, go ahead. There's no fridge. There's no toilet paper in the restroom, which was fine because I just had pee. There's
Yeah,
no towels to dry my hands, and there's no
dry your
soap. And I'm
hands.
like, what is that? The view was gorgeous of the city, but I'm like,
Where's the dog?
what is happening? He goes, oh, I'm sorry. I just moved in. And I'm like, this does not look like someone just moved in. Like
No, no, no,
there's
no.
wires. It almost looked like someone just moved out. And I'm thinking to myself, they would not like a landlord wouldn't let somebody move into here.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just head out. It's gonna get late anyways. I'm about to hit traffic on the way home. I gotta be up early to go to work.
Yeah.
Fast forward,
Okay.
someone that I know, mind you, like I had came out to my friends and my immediate family. Extended friends did not know that I was out.
Yeah, yeah.
I went to college with someone who also went on a date with this person, but we had some connection.
Okay.
Comes to find out, he had a warrant out for his arrest for breaking and entering.
Wow.
For breaking and entering, grand theft auto, grand larceny,
Oh, wow.
and he was on the run.
Okay.
And I'm like, what? What? Like the pictures online were fine, everything was fine. And he like grant you, like he was a very nice person, but at the
Yeah.
end he was definitely a thief.
Okay.
Um, and so yeah, he ended up being I don't know if you want to call it a felon because it was not convicted. Apparently, just there was a
Yeah,
warrant
yeah, yeah,
out.
yeah. Yeah.
And the guy was like, "Yeah, I went on a date with this guy, blah, blah." And he told me, and I was like, "Oh, who?" And then he showed me the picture, and I'm like, "Oh, interesting." He's like, "Yeah, he told me that he has a warrant out for his arrest." And the person that I knew was like all into this, like he's a
Yeah.
roughneck, blah blah blah. And I'm like,
That's that's kind of where my mind's going. I'm like, okay, he's a criminal, like
"Oh,
like, is he hot? That's where my mind's going right now. Like, oh, he sounds hot.
so
He sounds
yes,
hot.
very hot, nice body."
Yeah.
We didn't get into anything because I wasn't like that when I was 21.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
very like shy, like don't touch me, don't take my shirt off, whatever. Um, so where my mind went was I didn't care about anything that he did. I was like, were we in somebody else's apartment? And how did he get inside? And I'm on camera because they're gonna think I broke into this, and now there's gonna be a warrant out for my arrest. So
Yeah,
that's where my
true.
mind went. So
Yeah.
I was like and I was on high alert for a couple weeks because I'm like, if I get pulled over and they're like, did you break into
Oh,
this building? No, I didn't break into this
yeah.
building. I got invited. So that was the first disastrous date. The second disastrous date was, oh shoot, I lost it. Hold on, please wait.
That's okay. Do you want me to talk? I'll talk for a
Yeah,
second.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I think, like, so talking about criminals, like last weekend we were talking. My oh no moment for life was like catfishing, and
Catfishing.
so to me, like, I think it's so criminal to catfish, and so I feel like I'm going to create right now. Put the camera mainly on me.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah. I'm gonna create the definition of a face picture for the gay dictionary right now. Okay, so when someone says to you on Grinder that, "Hey, do you have a face picture?" or "Can you send me face pictures?" A face picture needs three requirements under the gay dictionary. So the first requirement is not wearing a hat. The second requirement is not wearing sunglasses. And the third requirement is smiling with teeth. Okay. It doesn't mean that you can't like have a photo with a hat. It just means if you send me a photo with a hat, also send me a photo without a hat. If you send me a photo without you smiling, send me a photo with you smiling. Because in my mind, like if there's one thing, like hat fishing is scary, but at the end of the day, like a bald guy is kind of sexy. Um, but I think that the worst thing other than being hat fished is being teeth fished. Like I remember this one time where I would talk to this guy on like social media and on dating apps, and he's really cute. And I ran into him one time, like out in the club, and I saw him speak, and I saw his teeth, and I was like, and
No.
and then that night, my drunken ass is like scrolling through his profile, trying to find a photo where he smiles. Never smiles. Never smiles.
Oh,
So those are the three
no.
requirements for the gay dictionary face picture. And so all of you guys out there that are listening to this, g'day guys. But
Good day,
have a look
guys.
at good day guys. Have have a look at your have a look at your dating profiles right now. Is there a photo without a hat? Is there a photo without sunglasses? And is there a photo with you smiling? Gay definition. Do you
Gay
remember your story?
definition. Look, my teeth are always in my
Your
picture.
teeth
I'm
are
like,
perfect. Yeah, because you
okay,
have a
but I
nice
paid a lot
smile.
of money to have the braces and everything to get them in the right order. So I
You
get
can
it.
achieve
Like, look,
every
here's my
yeah.
thing. Financial differences are different. I had to pay for my own braces. So not everyone is lucky enough to have braces or like perfect teeth or whatever. So my
Mm.
thing is you don't have to have perfect teeth, but like
No,
work towards getting there. Like, let me see the effort that you're making to work on your smile. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
let me make sure like you ain't got bad breath. You gotta have all your teeth. If you're missing a tooth, go get it fixed. Go get that dental implant. It's like $200.
Or just own it. Like, just have a
No,
face
no, no,
photo
don't
with
own
you
it. No, 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 no. No, because
There's nothing to own. There's
I
nothing
took
to own,
pictures
that's why.
of the cash cans before I let it just be gone like that. Unless like there's also extenuating circumstances where there could be a reason, but
Yeah.
like let us know.
Let us
Okay.
know. Let us know.
Let us know.
Let us know.
Speaking of letting us know, I did
Yeah,
remember my story, but it's not very disastrous. It was more like I was learning what I was into and not into. I was about 22 at the time.
yeah.
And I was, trying to be chivalrous. And I went to go pick up this guy. He lived about, notice I'm always the one picking somebody up. But you know what? That puts me in control, which is nice.
Yeah. Good.
So I went to go pick him up. And we go to downtown Disney because for some reason I was like, downtown Disney is the place to go on dates, right? I even took my ex-girlfriend from high school to downtown Disney all the time for dates. So this was
Love
like,
that.
I'm like, this is great. There was Uba Bar, which was like this outside bar, and it's under this like big like mushroom type umbrella. Because Disney, they create things to be Disney-esque, like
It's extra.
magical
Yeah,
moments. Yeah.
exactly. It's extra.
So I'm like, this is cute. This is a nice setting. So we're on the way down there, and he's like, his lips are puckered, and he's like, Mariah Carey comes on, and he's like mouthing the words, but he's
What
not
song, Mariah
actually
Carey?
singing.
Do you remember what song?
Mariah,
What song? Heartbreaker, Honey,
no, 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 no. I think it was
E equals
Fantasy.
MC. Oh, yeah, okay. So
It was
he's
Fantasy
yep,
with Old Dirty
yep.
Bastard.
Okay.
So we're driving, and he's like doing that. I'm like, okay, this is all right. Like, if you're gonna sing, sing. I don't care.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he's like, and I'm like,
Yes.
what is happening over there? Like, I'm not engaged with you at all, like whatsoever. Like, there's nothing going on. Then we get there, and he's like, I'll take a vodka water. And I'm like, okay. Sure, like get him a vodka water. So we're sitting there, and he was like, yeah, like "So what do you like about me? Because I have a lot to offer." And I was like, what do you have to offer?" Because like, here's the thing, right? There's certain buttons that you can push on me. I don't like I right? And like the one of those buttons is to make it seem like I'm pitching myself to you. I'm a complete package.
Yeah.
Very self-sufficient, can make things happen. You know what I mean? Like, there's a good
But
Rolodex there.
yeah,
And
but I
also
think
there's a
that,
way to
like,
pitch that.
exactly, like, you don't have to pitch it because if you know that you're the full package, like, that's gonna come out in your personality. Like, you don't literally have to be like, "Yo, I'm the full package," because someone will know you're the
Yeah,
full package when they meet you. Like, that's what it is.
yeah. And
Yeah.
like at this point, I was very into heterosexual dating customs at the time. So I was
Yeah,
doing things like
exactly.
that you would do for a woman.
Yeah,
Um,
totally
and
get that.
so, but he was like dating a woman. So
Okay.
we're at dinner. He goes to the restroom. He comes back. He's like, "Are you gonna pull my chair out?" I'm like, "No."
Did you say
Like
no?
you like I pulled your chair out when we got there, but why would I get up again to pull your chair out when you went to the restroom? Like pull your own chair out.
Did you say
So I'm
that to
like,
him? Like, did you say
yeah,
that to him? No.
I said no. I said no.
Good.
I said, "What's wrong with you? Is your hands broken?"
Yeah.
Because right, so at this point, like I was raised a little rough around the edges. So
Mm, mm, mm.
I'm going to tell you how it is if I need to. I'd rather prefer
Love
not
that.
to. I'd rather be cool, like, very cool, calm, cool, collected, cordial. But if I got to tell you about yourself, I'm gonna let you know. So I said,
Yeah.
"No, is your hand broken?" He's like, "Well, no, but I mean, I expect my man." So I said, "I'm not your man."
Mm. That's
So
the
then the
tea.
bill comes and he goes, "Oh, you can hand it to him." I said, "Oh, you can hand it to him. It's on him today."
Oh
Mind
my
you, I picked him
gosh.
up, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
then the waiter's like, "I don't know what to do." I said, "You know what? Here's what we're gonna do." I said, "I'll pay it." It was not expensive. I mean, inflation was not that high back then. It was our
COVID
drinks
hadn't
were
hit.
like $8, and
Yeah.
like we got
That
like the cheapest pasta we could afford. So like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
It
yeah.
was not very expensive. It was like $40. So I was like, you know what? I'll pay it. And the guy was like, okay. So I give the waiter my card. The card comes back. I sign it. I tip him. I get up. I stand up. I was like, you know what? Thank you for tonight. I appreciate you joining me.
Mhm.
But I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. I left him at downtown Disney, and it's 45 minutes from where I picked him up from.
Wait,
Yes,
did Ubers exist then?
I have no idea. I don't think so.
Because in my mind, I'm like, the cost of the date is probably the cost of him getting back.
Yep.
I love that. I'm so
Look, I
here
can
for
be
that.
petty. I prefer not to,
No,
right? I prefer
people
to be
bring
a
it out
good
of you.
person. I want to
Yeah,
treat you right. I want to give you all the respect. But when there's those certain elements,
yeah,
you got to treat people. I believe how you got to treat people how they want to be treated. You
yeah,
want to be high maintenance, and you want to good. Call a black car. Call
yeah,
it SUV to come get you and let them take you
yeah,
home because you
yeah,
ain't
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
ride
yeah,
home
yeah.
in the Camry today. So you're gonna be 45 minutes away from your house and figure it out. Because I
I
am not
love
your man. You
that.
are not gonna talk to me some type of crazy.
No,
And you are not just gonna expect things from me, right? Like, and
no.
mind you, I was gonna pay the bill anyways, but
Okay.
it was the way he came off to the waiter at the time. You can give that to him. Oh
Yeah,
no, you
no, thank
cannot.
you. No,
And then I
thanks.
thought, you know what? You're right. Let me just stick with me. I'm gonna pay the bill. But now I'm gonna leave you at the table, and you're gonna have to figure out what you I don't think Uber was a thing back then. Because
Wow.
I remember barely starting to use Uber my junior year of college in
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
2015.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe it was just coming out, but
Yeah.
at the time, I think like taxis were still a thing. I think you would have to call a car service, like a black car service,
Okay. Yeah.
and they would have to come get you.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I left him there. I blocked him on Tinder, blocked him on
Oh, sorry.
everything, uh, MySpace included.
That's how old it was. Can I just,
So
like,
yes.
before we move on, can I just, because I get this question a lot, like, from my hetero friends, I get this a lot, like, "So who pays on a gay date?" Do you know what I mean? Like, I understand that there's gays and that there's heteros and that there's lesbians, but it's as if there's not a standard between the 3 of them. So I get that question a lot where they're like, "Who pays on a gay date?"
So, in my opinion, who
Yeah,
would
tell
pay
me
in
your
a gay
opinion.
date would be the person who initiates the opportunity, right? Or it's all about how it's presented, right? So
Okay.
if you present the question of, "Oh, should we maybe go grab a coffee?" Then I believe at that point, like, you grab yours, I'll grab mine, we'll meet at a table, we'll have a conversation. Versus, "Hey, would you like to join me and come on a date with me?" Then I
Mm,
I kind of feel like I sprung this on you. You might not have the financial needs, especially if I want to go to a certain restaurant.
yeah.
Like if it's one of my favorite restaurants and I want to share that with you, I'm probably going to pay for that.
Okay. Yeah.
But if you're talking and it's kind of a mutual setup, or
Yeah.
you've been invited somewhere, like, "Hey, I want to take you to my favorite pizza spot. Like, would you want to come on a date with me?" Like, I would expect you to be paying for that pizza spot because that's your favorite spot.
Okay.
But if I
Okay.
tell
Okay.
you, "Hey, do you wanna come with me?" You know what I mean? So if there's a
Yeah.
mutual agreement of like, "Oh, we should meet up," or if you do meet up, like, "Hey, do you wanna meet up and like, like we can meet at the gym, have a little workout, whatever."
Yeah.
And then as you're working out and everything's going fine and you're like turning each other on, because clearly that's very highly sexual. Um, and it's like, "Oh, should we go get food?" Then especially if it's like Chipotle, right? Me back to the Chipotle with the dates. Um, then you would pay for your bowl, I'll pay for my bowl, and then we'll just sit at the table and have a conversation.
Yeah. 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 No, I
What
think
is what
like
who do you think should pay?
like these days because like you said, inflation and like everything is just so expensive these days. I think that you know a good standard is to even split something like coffee or like a drink. You'll be like, you know what, I've got this. Don't worry. Like you said, if I've invited them, then I'll be like, let me get your coffee. But things like a really nice dinner that might be a bit expensive, like I'm open to saying like, hey, would you want to split?
Mhm.
Unless I'm the one that, like you said, unless I've been seeing them for a while, to be honest, and
Yeah.
I'm like, "I wanna take you out to dinner. I wanna
Mhm.
pay for this. I wanna
Yes.
do that."
Yeah.
Whereas these days, I find myself being like, "Hey, would you like to split?" Is
These
that bad?
days, look, these days you should be like, "Hey, I
I'm
like
over it.
you. Do you like me?" Circle yes or no. Let's have a virtual conversation because I can't afford to go out. Inflation and gas is way too expensive. The price of food is through the roof. I'm gonna cook a meal here at my house. You
True.
should cook a meal at your house. We'll have dinner together on FaceTime and see how we like each other because we can't afford to meet up with gas. So that's what I
Let's
feel
do that
like
this
you should be.
week.
That's what I
Let's
feel
do
like you
that
should
this
be
week,
doing,
Russ.
Paul. Yes, you cook meals at your house, I'll cook meals at my house, and me and Paul, we will go on a friendship date, and it will save us both money. That is a whole lot of food in this refrigerator, so there's no reason I need to be going to buy a plane ticket, go to Australia, and then take another flight out to Adelaide to go on a friendship date. We're good.
We're good, we're good. I feel like
Virtual
we are
dating. Welcome to 2024, everybody.
virtual dating. I feel like we are moving into the next part, though, which is dating tips.
Dating disaster. Our viewer stories. Viewer stories.
Viewer stories.
Very viewer stories. Do you have one? I have one. I have a good one. Go
I
ahead.
got one. Okay, should I go
Do they
first or
want
you
to
go?
rename? Do they want to remain anonymous, or are they willing to drop the
I
name?
I didn't give them the option to rename.
So the
I
name
didn't
is
give them
Renee.
I didn't give them an option to either be or not be anonymous, so I'm not gonna say who they are. Yeah,
Okay.
if that
Okay. Okay. Fair. 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 But their name is Renee. Got it.
okay, so Renee, said to me because I posted on my story like, "Hey, give me your disaster dates," and so someone sent me a message saying, "My date told me it was cute that I had poor kid syndrome because I finished my plate." And then I said, "Oh my god, I'm for sure reading that one. WTF? Did you literally pay and then leave?" And he goes, "I did not pay, but I kept smiling and then I left immediately after he paid." So
Poor
Renee,
kid
like,
syndrome.
look, I'm definitely 100% poor because I am finishing that plate. If you have leftovers on your plate, I'm finishing
Thank you. Thank you.
that
I'm
plate.
gonna reach my fork. If your plate looks good too, I'm gonna reach my fork right on over to your plate. Let me get a taste of that. That looks good. I should have ordered that. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Exactly,
Yeah, I will lick the
exactly.
plate clean. If you're paying, absolutely. I'm gonna eat the entire thing. Thank you. Thank you. No,
Oh
that is
gosh, yeah.
How dare somebody say that you have poor kid syndrome because you finished the entire play? Maybe they just left the gym before they met with you and then they went and got ready and then they did the
They
things
need their
that gay people do
macros.
to get ready for dates that could lead to other things. And
Exactly.
maybe they didn't eat. And so they were hungry and they ate.
And then they decided this is not leading to that thing tonight, so
So
Imma
we're gonna
eat.
eat everything on the plate.
Imma eat.
We're eating everything. If eat, I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna eat
Oh
with this
god.
face.
Yeah, that was so good. Alright, what did you
So
get from the viewers?
let's tell you this one. This one I was like,
Oh my
I was
gosh, okay.
gasped. I was gasped that someone even shared this.
Oh gosh.
Hi Russell. Hi Paul. Love the first episode of the podcast. I think you
Thank
guys are
you.
gonna do great. I think this is gonna go very far.
Thank you, we love
I
you.
have a dating disaster story that will
Oh no.
that will
Okay, try
make your
without
head
laughing.
spin.
Oh, I'm
Hold on.
cringing. I'm
I
cringing
have to
right
just
now.
I have to get it
Yeah,
to I have to
let
get
it
my
out. Let
composure
it out.
together. It was Christmas Eve, and I was dreaming of a white Christmas, if you catch my drift. And I'm like, does this mean drugs? But apparently not.
No,
This
gold
means getting to
necklace.
the deed, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I was dreaming of a white Christmas. The guy asked me, hey, would you like to go get a little dessert and walk around and go see the Christmas lights? Instantly said yes. I thought it was great. I had been single for a few years. I thought, why not? Things can happen during this season. It can be the moment of
Christmas
all
miracle.
moments. I'm a hopeless romantic. The date goes great. We see the Christmas lights. We get hot chocolate from one of the vendors. We're walking around. Hot chocolate, nothing's gonna happen with it. So just stay
Okay,
there.
yeah. That's what I thought. White
Because I
Christmas
thought
food.
maybe bad milk when I got to
Yeah,
that
white
point, right? I was like,
Christmas
oh, maybe the
food.
milk was bad and it was just a
Yeah,
disaster.
exactly. Yeah, oh, okay, keep going.
So yeah, so I had to I had to tell you,
That's
right?
yeah, okay.
We get hot chocolate, everything's going great. We get a nightcap at a local restaurant bar. He
Okay.
asked me if I would like to come back to his place, watch a movie by the fireplace. I thought, oh my gosh,
Cute,
how cute. This man
cute.
is going to be my husband one day.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Okay.
Husband material. Love that.
We get back to his house. Things are going great. He starts the fireplace. The Christmas tree is up. He puts on some music while he pours us something to drink and he finds us a movie to watch.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, some what to watch?
A movie,
Oh, a
something like a
movie.
movie,
Okay. Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yep, yep, yep.
We're about halfway through the movie, cuddled up on the couch when I hear
Mhm.
the door unlock.
Santa's here.
Instantly, he jumps up, he gets nervous, and he says, oh my gosh. Uh, I instantly think, oh my gosh, what is about to happen? I'm about to get
Yeah,
beat up.
shit.
The man's husband walks in and says, oh, hey, how's it going? I, completely confused, thinking that this man was single, say, I'm doing well. Who are you? He says, oh, I'm his husband. I see that you guys are having a good night. Go ahead and continue. He says, I'm confused. Do you want to explain about this? Because you never elaborated that you were in a relationship, let alone married. The guy I'm on a date with continues to say, oh, we're open. Would you be interested for some fun tonight?
Oh,
Not that I'm opposed to having fun with a couple.
mhm, mhm,
I'm more confused that he didn't tell me that they were in an open relationship to start with. And now
mhm.
I'm in an uncomfortable situation because the guy that I'm
Mhm.
with is hot and his husband is not.
That's the
He
worst!
says, think about when you're at a bar and someone walks over to you and says, hey, my friend
Mhm,
over there thinks you're cute. And it's,
mhm. Oh my gosh, no.
I'm not going to say who this person referenced from a movie, but it's just not the ideal individual.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Think of that person standing over there and you're completely repulsed and it's an out of body experience. Now I'm in the situation. The man I'm with had his shirt off and I was cuddling on his chest, which was very
Oh,
fit, by the way, and lightly
love that.
hair.
Love a lightly haired chest.
And his husband is cornering me, and now I feel pressured to do things with them.
No, 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 no.
I say yes. because I felt bad that I had spent the whole night with this man.
Oh no.
The movie's still going in the background, and I'm trying just to zone out and remove myself from the situation. However,
Yeah,
this isn't
yeah.
my first experience being involved with more than one person in a bedroom. The husband comes in for a kiss, and all I can smell is bacteria on his mouth.
Oh my gosh, no. No, 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 no. Go to the dentist.
I get up, tell them my stomach isn't feeling well. I go to the restroom. I immediately throw up. That's how disgusted I was. I grabbed my clothes. I left the house. I blocked the guy on every single app that I could find him on, and I haven't spoken to him since. And I have never gone back to someone's place on the first night when they asked me on a date.
Wow. Wow. So, like, I
There
think
were some
that
more
was
details in there, but I was trying to get through it because it was a very, very long story. And I was
yeah,
like, wow, thank you so much for sharing
but I
this.
think something like that was definitely orchestrated by the couple, if that makes
That's what
sense.
I
It
thought.
was orchestrated, like, that was 100% orchestrated, like, "Hey, babe, what do you think about this guy?
Yeah.
Imma lure him to the house because I know that he knows that his partner's not hot. So he
Okay,
has
I
to
would I would disagree with you there, but continue with I'll tell you my perspective. Go
okay, in
ahead.
my mind, this is like the over dramatic, like Pisces making up stories. So he's like had to lure the hot people in to get his like not so pretty partner some action. Like he's the lure in. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I
Yeah,
can see that.
yeah. What's your
My
side?
perspective was that this was more of a role play, and I think he is just as much attracted to this person who wrote me
Oh.
as much as he's attracted to his husband, because mind you, like, I would never in my life be attracted to I'm not gonna say never in my life, but I have never been attracted to a bear, right? There's just things that bears are into that I'm not into.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's cool because that's your forte and that's not my forte, right?
Yeah.
So
Mm, mm, mm.
I'm thinking in my mind that this might have been a bearish couple and one was cute and like otter-ish and the other one is more
One
grungy
yeah,
and
one was one was a
wearing
muscle
the
bear. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And so
yeah.
I'm thinking maybe this was their form of role play and they wanted to bring like, you
Twink.
know, yes, but like, like maybe like someone this person that I'm talking about is fit and has a nice body. Not me saying body.
You're working on
um,
your Aussie accent, and I
I
love
am working
that.
on my Aussie accent.
I
So I'm
did have
thinking,
a friend say that you needed to work on your Aussie accent, so we'll get
oh
there, we'll get there.
no.
We'll get there, we'll get there, we'll get there.
Okay, well we will start lessons.
Yeah, we'll start listening.
So that's what I'm thinking that this whole scenario was. It was more like a role play, like, oh, you caught me
Mm.
cheating on you. And so
Ah.
and then you're gonna punish him for being here with me. You know what I mean? I felt that was this type of situation,
Yeah,
but I
okay.
would have been like Sarah Sanderson in Hocus Pocus, like, oh, this is terribly uncomfortable. And I would have ran. I would have ran. I just would have died.
Okay, we need to read the comment right now from Jamie Rogers, so he
Jamie
goes
says, go ahead.
okay, so he goes, "Take home so far, dental care is lacking, lacking worldwide in the gay community." Which you know what it is because I have traveled the world and yeah, Europe. Some of y'all,
Again, you can start off with bad teeth, just get them fixed.
yes,
You know what I mean? Get them fixed. If you're gonna get veneers, don't get them oversized. Don't get horse teeth. Um, have them proportionate to the original size teeth that you had in your
oh
mouth before.
gosh, oh my
Unless
gosh.
you have like little like gremlin teeth, but don't get something so obnoxiously huge. And I mean like, and don't get them bright. Rule of thumb, gays. Let me tell you. I have a friend that is an orthodontist, and they said that your teeth should never be how did he say it? Basically, your teeth shouldn't be whiter. Your teeth should not be whiter than
Mhm.
the outsides of your eyes.
Okay, good tip.
So if you have extremely white eyes from your, from your pupil and like the color of your eye, and if the outside is extremely white, then you could probably go a lot brighter and get away with it because your eyes are bright.
Mm, mm.
But if you look like you have jaundice, you probably shouldn't have bleach white teeth. You probably should see a doctor and then go see a doctor, or see a doctor and then see a dentist.
Oh my gosh. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Okay, so dating tip number 1, have a look in the mirror and smile. Are you proud of your teeth? If not, do something about it.
Tip number 2,
Tip number 2.
mouthwash if you're gonna kiss somebody. Please. Especially if
Can
you're
I
doing things in the bedroom, like, just make sure your teeth are clean, blink make sure your mouth is clean. Nobody wants to go to the doctor and get penicillin later. It's just
can
not.
I can I just quickly share, like, the best dating tip that I've ever given someone?
Tell me.
Okay. So one of my best friends, like closest friends, he had been in a relationship for a long, long time. And he got out of that relationship and started like seeing other people, having a bit of fun and all of that. And I just said, look, I know that you haven't, been on the dating scene for a while, but the only tip that I want to give you is to wear shoes. But not just any shoes, wear shoes that you can run in because you might never know if you need to run, especially, I don't know, what if they have bad teeth and you need to run?
I mean, I wouldn't run from bad teeth, but I would probably make a face like this, like,
But you still have shoes that you could run in. So
yes. Oh,
that's my number 1 tip, wear shoes. But
yes.
here's tip number 2.
Where brush your teeth.
But here's tip number 3. Here's here's tip number 3. If you then like the guy, show them by wearing slides. So okay, so quick story, quick
Oh,
story.
I was like, "Wait, what?"
Okay,
Yes.
so
If you
so
wear slides, it means you're staying around.
exactly. So quick
Yes,
story.
I
So
got it.
recently I did go on a date and I did share with him that tip. I was like, look, this is dating tip number 1, wear shoes. I think because he wasn't wearing shoes on the first date. And I said, yo, you need to wear shoes on the first date because you might need to run. And then the second time we caught up, he looks at my feet and he goes, oh, I see that you're wearing Crocs. So you're going to stay today, right?
I mean, don't underestimate me. I can run in chanclas and I can run in Crocs.
You know what?
I
I
could
think
sprint in
exactly, us
sandals.
ethnic people, we learn that. We learn that
Yes.
when we're young. Yeah.
Look, them huaraches will take you places you've never been before. I can show you the world. Just don't wanna show you around America. I don't know about nah. We're gonna
Not
show you parts of
America.
America, not around America. We're gonna take you to New York,
Yeah, shout out to New
uh,
York.
Los Angeles,
Shout out
and,
to LA.
oh, also, being said, while we're in the midst of this,
Yeah.
please like, subscribe, share our podcast with
Please,
all of your friends.
please.
We love, 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 love when you are engaged with us. So please make a
Yes.
comment. Let us know what you think about this disastrous dating story
Yeah.
that we shared of
Yeah.
our own, plus our viewers. I think our viewers topped our own dating dash does that dating. Hello, I'm having a stroke. Jesus,
Don't
a
worry, I didn't know
dating
how to talk before.
disaster story. They have outdone us this week.
Yeah, yeah.
With that
Thank
being
you.
said, it
Yes.
is time for Paul's segment
Oh
in
no.
Moment of the
Oh
Week.
no.
Oh
Okay, so
no!
oh no, we're gonna get there. You're gonna have the Aussie accent. Um, I sounded really Aussie just then. Okay, so my oh no moment of the week. Um, so I think I told you, Russ, that I was learning Espanol. So I've
Yes.
been doing like Duolingo for a few years now. And I was like, look, if I want to communicate fluently with my future husband, then I need
Oh,
to go to
excellent. We love this. We love manifestation. Come on, future husband.
I was like, okay, I need to take this seriously. And I also would just like to learn how to fluently speak Spanish. Like, I
Yes.
hope that family that I gave directions to in Brooklyn made it to Brooklyn and not to Queens or not anywhere else because I was literally like, debajo, izquierda,
Look,
tren.
if they
Yeah,
made it to Queens, that's you're doing great if they made it to Queens.
they
They
made
can
it
figure it out
somewhere.
from there.
Exactly.
Yes.
So in Spanish class this week, we were learning about our daily routine, la rutina. So we learned phrases like "Yo me levanto," "Yo me cepillo de los dientes," dientes,
Mhm.
dientes. Tip number
Los
one,
dientes. De
los
cepillo los
dientes.
dientes.
See, see, see. And so we're going through class, and the teacher goes, "Okay, just tell your classmate, your schedule." After we've done that, she goes through the classroom and just randomly says things like, "Reese, what time does Alyssa go to work?" And then he says it. And then she gets to me. She's like, "Paul, what time does Kate have a shower?" And then I tell her. And then she goes, "Kate, what time does Paul brush his teeth?" So we're continuing on the teeth. We're continuing on the teeth thing.
You know, teeth is a thing.
It
Teeth
is a
is
thing.
a thing. As you can
It
see,
is a thing.
Paul and I have our mouths wide open the whole podcast.
Exactly. Exactly. Have your mouths open. Tip number 5. Um, so she goes, "Kate, what time does Paul brush his teeth?" And she goes, "Kate." Kate just decides to take it on herself to throw me under the Spanish bus, el autobus. So Kate goes, "Before I tell you what time," and this is all in Spanish, but I'm still learning
Uh-huh.
Spanish. I'm not gonna say it. So she was like, "Before I tell you what time Paul brushes his teeth, let me tell you what time he wakes up." So she goes, "Levantarse a las 5:30." So he gets up at 5:30 because I go to the gym in the morning.
Mhm.
And then she goes, "He gets up at 5:30, he brushes his teeth at 7." And then the class is doing the math. They're like, "Wait, so you've like woken up for 2 hours, you've gone to the gym, you've gone to the gym with your stanky ass breath, like all of that stuff." And there's me just like trying to defend myself,
Not
like,
an ounce of mouthwash.
exactly. I don't talk to people at the gym, which is a lie because it's a group fitness gym. I'm
Oh,
like,
damn.
I'm like to the teacher, like, "¿Cómo se dice like fresh breath in Espanol?" And she's like, "No, no, 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 no." She's like, "Paul, before next week's class, you need to brush your teeth." And I do brush my teeth, just not first thing in the morning when I go to the gym because I got places to be. So that's when I had my "oh no" moment of, am I disgusting first thing in the morning? I'm not
Yes.
for the rest of the day because look at me. I've brushed my teeth, I've done my hair,
I
I'm perfect.
think you should brush your teeth before the gym. Because look, if you're gonna meet your
Okay,
future
tell me.
husband, I think you should brush your teeth because if you meet him at the gym, he's gonna be fit, he's gonna be friendly, he's gonna be talking to you, and
Mm,
then he's gonna be
mm.
like, he's gonna be like the viewer that told us about the husband that came in for a kiss and had stank mouth. Okay. So let's not get you in that situation.
Oh, no,
Let's
no.
ensure
Let
that your
Okay.
opportunities are blissful and they are welcoming. Um, so
Alright. What's
I'm gonna
your
say
oh,
that is
no?
that's our moment on your behalf,
Okay, I'll
on
take
your
that
wonderful
feedback on.
British accent. Um,
I'll take that feedback on.
my did I have an hour moment of the week? I did, but what
Mhm,
happened?
mhm. Oh, no, you forgot.
Oh, no, I forgot. I forgot. Forgot?
Forgot. I forgot.
Forgot.
Forgot. Yeah. Oh, no, I forgot.
Oh, no, I forgot.
Yeah, that was good. That was pretty good. It was pretty good.
My oh, no moment of the week. I don't have one.
Ooh. Do you have
I'm
an oh, no
perfect.
moment for life?
My oh, no moment for life is if you're wearing fitted dress pants,
Okay.
wear the correct type of underwear, number 1. Number 2,
Mm,
underneath.
mm, mm.
Number 2, wear the same color underwear as the dress pants in case they rip down the ass and you're at a wedding and you're dropping it low thinking you're cute. That is my honor moment of the life.
Of life. We've really
So
shared a lot of tips today. We've shared a lot of
that
tips today.
happened to me at a wedding that we went to about 2 years
It happens to
ago.
the best of us.
We get back to the hotel. I take off my dress pants. I'm looking in the ass, and it's like a hole this big, right on the seam. Because for those of you who don't know, I have a big butt, and my waist is little,
He's no big
and
bump.
I'm just built the way everyone wants to be built. So, what
Like a
can you do for me?
stallion.
No. Um. So, like my legs grow faster than anything else in my body.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so like I want to get something that fits my waist without having to wear too tight of a belt. So long story short, I was dancing at the wedding. I was dropping it low. There was apparently a big rip in the ass, and I was wearing lime
White.
green underwear. So
Brat.
everyone knew because every time I dropped low, it would go whoop, and it was just like underwear seam, underwear seam, underwear seam, and no one said a thing to me. So thankfully they were all drunk and probably don't remember. But now that I've refreshed their memories, hopefully no one looks through the camera roll and sees pictures of my green underwear and a hole in my pants.
If someone finds that photo, please send it to me because I want to zoom into Russ's butt and write Brat Summer. Charlie XCX.
Iconic,
She saw your butt.
icon.
She saw your butt and she said, Brat. Charlie XCX saw your green underwear and said, Brat.
And I inspired the album for the gays. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
That is hilarious that you were that quick with that. So
I'm proud
thank
of
you for
myself.
that.
I'm proud
So
of
our non
myself.
moment of the week. Please, audience, if you want to share your our non moment of the week, write us in the comments, DM
Yes.
us. I'm
Yes.
at Russell X Raymond on Instagram. This
Oh,
is
put up the
Paul's
yes, that's it. Mr.
at
Bjohan.
Mr. Biohan. And our preview of next week. Paul, would you like to give him a rundown of what we're going to talk about next week?
Yes. Okay. So this week we talked about disastrous dates. No, 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 no. Next week we're going to be talking about breakup, breakdown, and breakthrough. So we're going to be talking about breakups. We're going to be talking about heartaches. We're going to be talking about, I don't know, what did you do to get over a breakup? Or how do you get over a breakup? How do us gays cope? Because there's only so much scalp that you can put the bleach in, because I don't know, is that a thing? Is that a thing? Do
That
that?
is, look, when gays are
Yeah,
going through it, they all bleach their hair.
it's
Or they
really the
shave their
solution.
head. They shave their head to do a buzz cut and they grow
I've
in
done
their
that.
beard.
I've done
I have done
that.
neither. Almost. I've been on the brink of pulling a Britney a couple times. I was like, might shave it off.
But that's next week. Next
That
week.
is next week. So share with us your breakthroughs that you've had and that you've learned
Mhm.
now that you're in your 30s that you would never do again, or
Never.
maybe you don't like to learn a lesson once. Maybe you just like to learn it 5 or 7 times so you can
That's
just
me.
reassure yourself that it was the
That's
correct
really me.
decision.
That's really me.
Until next time, we will see
Thank
you
you.
next Saturday in the States or Sunday morning
Sunday? Yeah.
in Australia.
Yes,
Please
yes.
like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, follow us on
Please
TikTok.
follow.
Let us
Yes.
know how you want us to advertise the show. I don't know if y'all see me roll off the stretcher. That was definitely it was rough. I was out of breath and I was just
But
rolling
it
around.
worked. It worked. It
It
worked.
worked. I got a lot of comments on that actually. So you're welcome. See you later. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Oh my gosh.
Every time.